Moving on from the family of origin. This is all about family systems. And what I'm going to look at here specifically is dysfunctional family systems. Dysfunctional family systems usually have enmeshment, right? So a person who is born and raised in a dysfunctional family system that has enmeshment, it's literally the difference between being free to be your own individual, right? Because there is individuation and differentiation. It's the difference between that and being born well, I mean, when you're born in a family system that is dysfunctional and it consists of enmeshment, you're essentially born in a prison because there's not really a chance for individuation and differentiation. There's no chance for you to develop your own sense of individuality, right? The things that a person likes, dislikes, wants, needs, they don't really get to develop that in a dysfunctional family system. Um, but what I'm looking at right now is moving on from the family of origin because it's kind of like a black hole, right? If you never learn individuation or differentiation, you never really get to learn about your likes, dislikes, wants, and needs, and all that stuff, right? You tend to just kind of correspond with mommy and daddy, and then you attract based on those dynamics. Um, and it's fascinating because I look at this and I'm like, it's wild how many people are set back in life because of dysfunctional dynamics. People in dysfunctional families where enmeshment is present, they're not encouraged to like go off and do their own thing and be by themselves. No, they need to be a part of that system and they need to abide by the rules of enmeshment. Um, and it's actually a very strange thing when somebody who was born and raised in enmeshment starts to step out. There's a lot of backlash, there's a lot of pushback, there's a lot of basically, what the fuck are you doing? Right? That's not how this works around here. You get right back in your fucking spot, and that's it. Individuation and differentiation, knowing the separation between self and other. You know, for codependency, it's wild because enmeshment teaches codep. One of the, I'll finish that sentence real quick. Enmeshment teaches codependency. Now let me say this: I have experienced very oftentimes a lack of trust in others, and that's only because I was enmeshed, right? Because I didn't see other people as capable individuals. I wasn't taught that. I was taught enmeshment, right? I I um I was taught that everyone's shit is everyone's shit, or that one person's shit is everyone else's shit. No. So it's kind of like, I look at this whole thing of moving on from the family of origin, and I kind of compare it to, let's look at society real quick. Culture, right? It's considered like a deviant act to do something different in culture, in society, right? Um, it's considered a deviant act to step outside of a family system and do things differently. And in a family system that is not healthy, that will be frowned upon. And it's just so fascinating to like recognize that if you're born in a system of enmeshment, you're essentially born in a prison because you never really get to individuate or differentiate, right? If you are born and raised in a healthy system that teaches boundaries, that allows you to in a healthy way fully develop a healthy ego, right? Then you get to be your own person. You get to have your own sense of individuality. You get that individuation and differentiation. The reason why it's so cool for me to talk about this is because throughout my entire life, it's kind of strange for me to say this, but throughout my entire life, I've done things that I didn't want to, simply because I wanted to be validated. I wanted to be approved of. I spent a lot of time in my life doing things that I never wanted to do, things that I genuinely do not give a shit about, simply because I was looking for approval and validation and all that stuff. And I thought that my choice of doing what I actually wanted to do wasn't going to be valid or wasn't going to be good enough, right? So I'm looking at my own self right now and, the family of origin and everything. And I'm really doing the best that I can to bring myself back to myself instead of being so caught up in, you know, everyone else's stuff. And also, like, oversharing my own stuff. Something that I've learned is that I can move a lot faster the less I talk about whatever it is that's going on in my life. Right? Like, you think about it and stuff, it's like you can move a lot faster. Like, if you're just keeping your stuff to yourself and you have a select few people in life, right, that you talk to about stuff, that's it, right? And you don't have to worry about telling a bunch of people things. You don't. From my own experience, it slows you down. It does. If you tell 5 people on a weekly basis, daily basis, let's say, what's going on in your life, you're going to slow yourself down. So this is all about moving on from the family of origin, unlearning dysfunctional family system dynamics, bringing yourself back to yourself, and really discovering you. That's what it's about. It's about knowing the self beyond everything that was set up for you in the earlier years of life. This is how we do things. That's how we do things. We do this. We don't do that. That's not okay. We're not going to do that. It's an entire program. Literally just an entire program. That's what we're run by. And for this part, it originates from the family of origin, right? This is why it's so important for me at this point in my life to question the fuck out of everything and bring my awareness back to myself over and over and over again, because it will be taken away from myself. It will be put into things that are just not important to me, things that I'm used to. Like I've said previously in other videos, what you are used to will use you. Yeah. I'm waking up.